Hello everyone from Akasa Living. We have many people in our lives who play many roles. We hold a frequency and attract them in. As we attract them in, we have defined these roles based upon our frequency. We say, this is me. Our frequency defines us. And then we say, this because of my frequency, because of who I am. I have these roles in my life. And I need these roles to be filled this way. So I feel good. Because we're all here to feel good. Because feeling good is how we stay in frequency. It is a myth that we are meant to be just getting by, or to go through hard knocks and all of that. No, if we're not feeling good, we're not in frequency. So we're meant to stay in frequency. So we have these roles for people to play in our lives. But we don't find people and assign them the roles and then act upon their energy to get them to fit those roles. We hold our frequency and they come by and they feel our energy. And it's like, oh, wow, that feels right. And they come in and they choose that role because it feels tailor-made for them. Now, there may be a little tweaking that's done because you stay whole and complete, you're one. They stay whole and complete, they're one. Because the role felt tailor-made to them. And 1 + 1 will equal 3. The two of you together will form a relationship. You in your role, them in the role that you created in your life that they thought is tailor-made for them, and then the relationship. So there's your energy and their energy. Now 1 + 1 equals 2 energies, and now a third energy, the relationship. So you're 3 times as powerful. 3 times the energy, 3 times as powerful. The relationship has a life of its own. Okay? And this is how we manage relationship. This is how we are in relationship with one another. And if there's a little bit of tweaking to be done because there's a little bit of difference, we tweak it in the relationship dimension. Yeah, it can give a little there or a little there, but we don't do so much tweaking that we've ended up bending ourselves like a pretzel to match one another. No, we want to both still be in frequency. You see, this is how we flow together. You are in frequency, your energy. So you're in frequency, flowing. Another energy comes by. Ooh, that matches me. And they flow with you. Synchronicity. Not acting upon one another. See, these energies are in sync. They're flowing. They're not doing this. They're not acting upon one another. No one is winning or losing. There's no battle here. There's none of that. Sync. You're in sync. That doesn't mean that you perfectly agree all the time, but you stay in sync with one another nonetheless because you communicate. But the energy between the two of you is energy for energy. You keep the energy equal. But one of you is giving, the other gives back equally. Things are balanced and harmonious. Okay? So, that's how life is meant to be. Our work is meant to be that way. Our work relationships are meant to be that way. Our relationship with our work is meant to be that way. Our relationships with our family ideally should be that way. But if we were born into families we're not harmonious with to begin with, that our energies simply are not resonant to begin with, it's a little difficult to be in flow with those. You may have never been in flow with your family. You may feel like, I don't even know if I belong there. Maybe you didn't. Maybe your parents were not resonant with one another, but they became your parents. Now I know there are those who say, that's not possible. The only thing that ever happens is what's supposed to. Well, we're expanding consciousness, folks. Expanding consciousness. There's no supposed to's. There is a universal law. So what attracts, that is true. But then there's also the fact that we have the density of our human beingness. Hues, the light, the hues of light slowed down to the density of physicality for the expression of everything above, here below. But some things get lost in transmission, or just as the transmission is done and is expressed in physicality, it doesn't express the same as expected. So the art of living does not necessarily match the science of the expectation. The calculation on paper and practicality do not always match. So we give our feedback about that. And our higher self looks everything over from the control tower and course correct. So sometimes people end up together that do not belong together because they weren't doing any of this to begin with. They just had a sacral chakra that went off, and off they went, and well, here we are. And so we're not made of resonant energies anyway, so we don't feel like we belong there, and we have our own little chaos that's going on inside because there's the expansion of consciousness that is us. It's not how the world is told things are. But that's why we have to come back into the frequency of love and above and bring stability back to things, just to avoid all of this chaos and get back into being in flow. So we can have beautiful lives and expand consciousness without chaos. It doesn't mean it's going to get boring by any means. I mean, we're still going to be creating through density. There's still going to be things happen that, well, it didn't look that way, and the numbers didn't look that way, but in practicality, well, yeah, we're still making chocolate a different way here, and wow, didn't turn out the way we expected. It was even better. Or, let's go back and tweak that a little bit. And so, it's always going to be different than we thought. So how do we handle this? How do we deal with the fact that we've created this role? We're in frequency. Somebody's coming in. We've got in our minds, that's it, that's the person, that's the person, that's the person for the job, that's the person to be my new best friend forever, that's the love of my life, that's, and we automatically start putting a narrative to it. But maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. How do we do that? Well, we don't get to write their narrative. You see, we are writing our story. And we've written the role to match us. And they've come in and say, yep, that's me. I click all those boxes. So now we're in sync together. And then together, we've created this dimension of relationship. So now we've relinquished control of writing that role. They're sovereign of themselves. We're sovereign of ourselves. We go on and continue to be us. They're going to continue to be them. And our relationship to each other, the role I play in my life in every way, and the role they play in their life, including in my life, is in our relationship to one another, how we relate to each other, and how we relate to the world while we're relating to each other. So it is here that we work all of that out, or we don't. That doesn't have to be chaotic. It needs to be loving. I can be the queen of assertiveness. The work I did, I had to stand my ground. So I have no problem saying, no, I don't think so. Or I have no problem saying, back off. I have no problem standing my ground. we shouldn't have to be so assertive. We should have so much respect for one another that the energy we're putting out is that how I would want to be treated? Is that how I would want the energy I'm putting out, would I want that to come back to me? And when we're putting out that kind of respect, there's not a lot of need for that kind of assertiveness. So when someone is in a level of consciousness with us that we're triggered to be that assertive, we need to understand we're not going to change their minds anyway. They mean no harm. They're in a different level of consciousness. The way they see it is the way they see it. And you're not going to change their minds. They're not in sync with you on that. And you trying to act on their energy to change their minds means you go to their frequency. They have just pulled you out of frequency. You are not being your authentic self. You can't pull them to your frequency, nor do you want them pulling you to theirs. You hold frequency with love and light, and that either attracts them in, or they go on. Or you're able to agree in the relationship dimension that, okay, we don't have to agree on that, but I'm not going to let you pull me out of frequency with it. So this is how we manage relationships. All of them. Work, friends, family. You don't back down. You don't relinquish your belief in who you are. But standing up for that doesn't mean that you're winning either. Neither person has to win. Neither person has to lose. You're simply different levels of conscious awareness. You don't let that trigger one another. Okay, they don't see it the way I do. Is that personal? It feels personal. They're making it sound personal. But I choose not to take it personally. It's really not about me. It's about we don't see it the same way. And I choose to put out love. Because there are times I see things differently than other people. And when I do, in the lesser frequency, if I'm the one who's coming across as maybe disrespectful, and I'm capable of it, because I'm capable of being the one sometimes who's in the lesser frequency, I want the other person to see me with respect and love. Doesn't mean they have to agree with me. Doesn't mean they have to come out of frequency for me. But I don't want them acting on my energy either. So I simply hold my frequency. Love and light. Okay, what I was saying was, but I understand what you're saying, and alright, no problem. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your time. Good to see you too. And you just back your energy off. When these are our most intimate relationships, this can be hard. We want so badly to extrapolate out how these relationships are going to go. We think we know. have total control on it or over it. Yes, we want it to feel good, so we give them what we need for it to feel good. I need, in the role I'm giving you, the role that you are stepping into, I need for it to go this way. I need for it to feel this way. But then they have to come in and be who they are. If that flows with you, and you feel what you're needing to feel, then you'll stay in frequency together. But if you're not feeling what you need to feel, you won't stay in frequency together. They're not the person for the role. The relationship doesn't make it. Now there are those who say, well, no relationship makes it because the chemicals stop firing. After a while, everything it wears out. The honeymoon effect's over. The honeymoon effect is because we're trying to fuel it from this end, from the human end, from the physical end. And the physical body does not make enough to fuel anything. That's like the battery pack trying to fuel the main creation, the main vehicle, okay? Energy is not fueled by the physical creation, the physical expression of it. The chemicals created by the Krebs cycle of the body and other bioelectrical functions of the body, that's this end causes this end. Reactions on this end do not fuel things going up. This end fuels. So it's what the highest self transmits as this is our best and highest good. This is what we feel. And our feelings fuel the body. So it can't be, oh, I felt something. We're going to create those chemicals and fuel it this way. No, it's our best and highest good to be in this relationship. So we feel it, so it's fueled from this way. And the fuel never runs out, as long as it's our best and highest good. So we don't live from this end. This end is the part that is doing the acting out or the expressing of the role of the feelings that we want to live out, the experience we want to have as one whole complete light being. So, we don't run out of the energy to do it if we are in frequency. But if we get out of frequency, then there's less energy coming down for those chemicals. So then we feel less. When we feel less, we are vibrating differently. We come out of frequency. We're no longer in the flow. We don't act upon the person to drag them back into flow. But in the third, the 1 + 1 = 3, we can have discussions. We can explain what's going on. We can work on our energy to go back into sync. Or we can see that that's not the right thing. It's not our best and highest good. And we can choose to move on energetically. And thus physically as well. All of this is energy management. This is writing your own story. This is controlling your own life. You acting on your energy. Writing your story, but then realizing that the role somebody plays or acts out or has in your life, once they step into it, is their individualism, their uniqueness, that then expands your life. You don't dictate to them what that looks like. You love them unconditionally, which doesn't mean they get to do whatever they want to you or in the role. It means they defined themselves. I'm coming in sync. You said this is me. It's what you want. I've come in and said, yes, I will do it. And so you're like, okay, if that's the parameters, let's do this. And they're expanding your conscious awareness, and you're expanding their conscious awareness. You're having a life together, this third dimension. Under those terms. But you didn't set conditions on them. You didn't set expectations. They told you, this is what I will do. You told them, this is how I show up. This is what I'm looking for. But they told you. You told them about you. They told them about themselves. You didn't set conditions for them. They came in and said, I meet those conditions. You have the right to expect that. And if they fall out of those conditions, you have the right to speak up and say so. You have the right to drag them back in, kicking and screaming though. Or to change it. If you change what you need or want, if your feelings, if your frequency changes, then they have the right to change as well or not. Sovereignty of self. Maybe you stay in the frequency, maybe you don't. People whose every chakra went off, most likely they can. People who only their sacral chakra went off, they're not doing this probably anyway, so no, they don't. They go their separate ways. This is a whole different way of doing things, folks. It's actually letting the energy that is us come all the way down and empower our beingness, express itself through us in the highest frequency we can be. Fuel our body so it is as healthy, happy, whole and complete as possible. So we live with health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, have a long life. This is how we're meant to be. But no one's acting upon anyone else's energy. We're all accepting of other people's energy and defining ourselves and what we need and coming into flow with one another to do that. Or, oops, it's not me after all. And letting them go. Waiting for someone who is that. And we do the same in their lives. Mutual respect. Loving ourselves so much that we will not come out of frequency. Because if we come out of frequency, we won't feel good. Loving ourselves so much that we feel good. Because if we don't feel good, then we're not going to be in the right place. And if we're not in the right place, we're not putting out the right vibration. If we're not putting out the right vibration, then we're not the best we can be in the relationships we form. And if we're in the wrong relationships, then the people we're with, they can't be in their highest and best good. So the butterfly effect of us not being in frequency, of us not feeling good, is a bunch of energy going out and causing butterfly effect that causes people not to be in frequency and have the best lives they can have. So our only job here is to come and feel good. But we've been told that's the wrong thing to do. It's selfish. It's the most unselfish thing we can do. What is selfish is to say this doesn't feel good at all, but I've got to stay. I've got to stick it out. I don't have a choice. I got to do this. Well, every time you say that, all the butterfly effect you're putting out at that job, in that friendship, in that family position that you are going every Sunday for, or every day for, that you are miserable in the relationship you're staying in. The other people, if you're not feeling good in it, the energy you're putting out is not feeling good to you, the reverberation there means other people are not in sync either. We can't be just one out of sync. So you go find where your flow is at. Open up that energetic space for whatever really belongs there, so everyone else can get into flow. That doesn't mean you never go home and see mom and dad. You just don't stay until you're feeling bad. When it starts feeling uncomfortable and that, oh, I know that feeling, I don't like this, it's time to go. Clear your energy, call yourself back to yourself, get back to center, go do something that feels good. Get back in frequency. Go be with the person you really want to be with. You know, the one that lights you up. The one that they said was, that honeymoon will never last. Sure it will. That's your person. Absolutely will. As long as you're putting energy into them. This is energy management. It seems counterintuitive sometimes to just accept that someone we're so drawn to, someone we're so sure we're supposed to be with, isn't putting energy into it. But we can't make them. Or that's acting on their energy, which means we're out of frequency. All we can do is hold frequency. And they come, or they don't. Because if we have to act on someone to bring them in, we're kidding ourselves. The most loving thing we can do is simply be in frequency. Now, how do we accept that? How do our hearts come to accept not writing narratives? We've come to the point where we don't just get the intuitive hit and say, oh, that could be my person, let's get excited about this and see how it unfolds. We don't do that. Instead, oh, that's my person, this is how it's going to be. And we write this narrative because it's our story. And we forget it's their story too. And we write this narrative, and I'll be dadgum, it doesn't go that way, and we're devastated. So how do we let go? How do we write our own story, but let go of writing narratives every time we get hit? How do we just be excited and let it flow? And yet at the same time, make sure that we're writing our own story and we're making sure that we're happy. There's the word, happy. Make sure you're feeling good. It's not as complex as it may sound. Make sure you feel good every day. Does this feel good? Am I excited about it? Get up every day and be excited. Do what makes you feel good. And if that person is out of sync with you, you will do what feels good anyway. And they will either come back into sync with you or they will move on. And when they move on and it hurts, and it will, you keep doing what feels good to you. And that void space that exists because they moved on, that energy that opened up will be filled by something that is in flow with you. And you will feel good there again as well. Now, I'm not saying they replace them, but that space becomes filled with a different energy. See the light come up? And your life is expanded in a new way. A different way. It's called change. It's called growth. It's called progression. It's where energy folks. Energy is always moving. It's always moving forward. Nothing stands still. It can't. Energy is always moving. We don't have the luxury of standing still. Life does not stand still. If we try to hold energy still, it hurts. And then life is gone. We end up in physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain, and life is gone. Energy is always moving. We have to feel good? Can it feel good again? If you do 1 + 1 = 3 into 3, can you find that sweet spot again? Or finally find the sweet spot? Can you finally do it 1 + 1 = 3? Have you finally understood that your energy and what that even means? Because we have not been taught that we are energy and what that means. Yeah, I heard that once in science, that we're energy. But you didn't tell me how to live that way. Well, that's what I'm telling you. That your empowerment is by living your highest timeline, your highest level of conscious awareness, which wants to be expressed through your physicalness, which is your energy slowed down so that it's dense enough to be refracted out and appear physical. And the molecules are moving slow enough that it feels physical. We have a physical form, and that physical form is fueled, the human body, by this same power. Your health, wealth, abundance, and prosperity plan for longevity of life is to live as one whole complete life being, sovereign of yourself, writing your own story, but harmoniously, in sync, living in flow with those who come to play the roles. And you're doing the same with theirs. Staying in the frequency of love and mutual respect. Not writing your narrative so far ahead that you've created their role and extrapolated out what they're going to do and taken away their sovereignty of self. You have to respect what it is and trust that if they're in flow with you, well, you get excited about it. You know, I don't know what they're going to do for sure. Maybe they're going to propose. Maybe we're just going to go on a vacation and this is going to be amazing. They've got surprises for me every day. Maybe we're going to do this. Maybe we're going to do that. Maybe we're going to stay home. Maybe we're going to do da-da-da-da. Maybe. Don't create a bunch of quantum entanglements, though, that end up being a bunch of fractured quantum entanglements that fracture your energy. And then that gets out there and it's confusing and it pulls that person's energy and they don't know what to do to please you. Don't do that. Instead of creating a bunch of narratives, don't do that at all. Just be, I don't know what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be great. Because everything that comes my way is from my highest and best good. And they're going to be sending energy my way. And it's going to work out amazing. I'm so excited. Everything's going to be amazing. Whatever it is, it's going to be great. When we have that attitude, whatever polarity of energy is coming our way, whether they intend it to be good or not, or whether we normally would think it was a good thing or not, when it comes in, our attitude alone takes that energy, brings it up into our frequency, and it goes forward on our best and highest good timeline. So maybe they had one plan, but by the time it gets to us and hits our frequency, well, then something happens. It ends up in the 3, and we end up in sync, and it turns out even better than they thought it would. You know, that's not what I had planned at all, but something happened, and we had a conversation, and da-da-da-da-da, and dang, look how it turned out. I couldn't have planned it that way if I'd wanted to. It worked out so well. Well, that's why. Because you were in the energy of everything that comes my way works out beautifully. You weren't like, oh, well, they're going to blow this. If that's what you thought, that's what would have happened. This is energy management, folks. This is writing your life of your story. This is respecting the sovereignty of others. This is loving yourself. This is having mutual respect, love for others unconditionally. So, what narratives are you writing that aren't yours to write? What narratives are yours to write that you're expecting others to write for you because you don't want to take responsibility for writing them? They're making me feel that way. I can't do this because they've done that. My hands are tied. No, they're not. If you're out of frequency, only you can put yourself in frequency. Only you. Only you can say, hold on a second. That is not my frequency. I'm not doing this. No. No. In love, politely, with respect, all of those things, appropriately. If it's a job, you leave a job the right way. If it's a relationship, you leave the relationship the right way. But you do. If it's your parents, you need to not spend as much time with them because they pull you out of frequency. That's what you do. We don't just cope and settle. That's what we're all healing and progressing from. Trust those who are in frequency with us. Have respect for those who aren't, so they can have respect back for us. Love ourselves so much that we're going to hold frequency. Even when it means there's a blank space next to us, and we're not sure how that's going to be filled. And when something or someone does finally fill it, don't create a narrative for it that locks it in and keeps it from expanding consciousness with us, using its own uniqueness. We're acting on its energy and we're stifling it. We invited it in to be itself because we love that. But then we silenced its uniqueness and said, but this is what you're going to do. Source does not do that to us. That is not how we expand consciousness. Nor is that how those who come into our lives are meant to. Yes, we write our own stories. Yes, we're responsible to write our narratives in a way that we are not taking responsibility for those things that are ours to take responsibility for. But those things are when we're triggered, figure out our triggers, and make sure that our behaviors are always for our best and highest good and respectful of others. It doesn't mean that we're controlling everyone else. It means we're controlling ourselves. It doesn't mean we're controlling the narrative so tightly that the narrative is restrictive and limited. It's about trusting and expanding that narrative. It's about trusting the expansiveness of the narrative because you trust the ones who you've attracted in with your frequency. But if you don't trust yourself and your frequency, you can't trust them either. When you put up walls and say, I just don't trust in relationships, pot calling kettle black, what you're really saying is, I don't trust my own judgment. I don't trust frequency. And that who's come in is in frequency because I'm in frequency. I don't trust that if we're swaying together like this, and it's flow, that it really is that. I don't trust myself. It's just me. Somebody's right here with me, and it feels great. But I don't trust me, or I would trust this. And then when it doesn't feel good, I don't trust me. Hold on, it doesn't feel good. Wait though, I better not say anything because it could be wrong, or I might cause them to leave, or so we don't trust ourselves enough to speak up when we need to, so we can fix whatever may just be a little bump. It may be nothing to fix if we would just speak up, but we don't trust ourselves to do that either. And that is our responsibility to do. Well, no, I'll just leave it to them, and maybe they'll notice it, and because maybe I'm wrong. It's not their responsibility to do. If it's not triggered them, if you're the one that got triggered, it's your responsibility. Hold on, I've been triggered by something. Let's meet over here in the 3 and talk about it. So I need to fix me. So anything that you need to deal with here, is it all me? What do we got here? Let's talk about it. So we can do this. Because when we do this, I feel good. I feel good. How about you? We're meant to be excited. We can't be excited if we don't trust ourselves. If we don't take these steps. If we do everything the same way all the time, our lives stay the same. And we're fooling ourselves if we think the world stayed the same. It's waiting on us. Nothing else is staying the same. Energy is always moving. And the truth is, we didn't stay the same either. We got older. We lost a day, an hour, a minute, a second, a breath. As long as I'm breathing, I want to do it in great big capital letters. I don't always live up to that. But I sure do try. And with every breath I take, I understand a little better how to do it. I'm determined for you all to as well. We're meant to feel good. So I'm just going to channel energy for you to feel good. That's all. I just want you to tune into yourself. Breathe white light in. Exhale everything else out. And find whatever situation you need to think about, feel into. Not think into, but feel into. What feels good? Who feels good? How does this feel good? What do I need? What am I trying to control? Am I trying to write the narrative with everybody's lines or just my lines? Am I trying to write lines that aren't needed yet? How much energy do we waste writing conversations that may never even be held? And then when they are held, well, it didn't go the way I planned. And we analyze the hell out of that. How much energy do we waste on that? And if we just lived and had fun and had the conversations, how authentic would that be? How beautiful would that be? Trust the flow. Trust yourself. So that's what we're going to do. Close your eyes. See yourself in the most beautiful meadow you've ever seen. There are flowers everywhere, trees all around a babbling brook, a beautiful place to sit and rest, comfortable, a bench, maybe a spot on the grass, a blanket, whatever it is that you need to feel good. Not good, great. sunshine's just right. The amount of clouds are just right. Because everything in your world, well, it turns out the way you need it to for your best and highest good. So this little spot that we're pulling up for this meditation, it's just perfect for you. Just perfect. So now that you've pulled up this little perfect spot in your mind's eye, and parked your perfect self there, feel into it. Feel. Feel that sunshine, that wind. Smell the flowers that you're not allergic to. Feel how perfect the moment is. Feel how good everything about it is, how right, how everything in the universe has conspired to make this spot exactly right for you. Because energy's always got your back. Your highest self always wants you to be expressing the highest possible timeline. So it's always working for your best and highest good. Your highest self has always got your back. There's always blue light, unconditional love at your back. Let's go, let's go. Yes, you deserve this. Yes, you deserve this. That's what I want you to express. I want you to live. I want you in physicality to have the highest timeline possible. Let's go. Your highest self is excited. Let's see what this looks like when you express it in that physical form of yours. Let's go. Of ours. When our physicality expresses this, I'm excited. Let's see what we get. So, what is it that you're feeling into? What is it that you, energy, are all excited about expressing in physicality? What is it? Feel into it. Is it a new job? A new car? A new house? A new lover? A new child? A baby? Something for your grown child? Is it a new way of being? A new way of thinking? A new way of feeling? A new way of looking? Doesn't matter what it is. You be in the moment of whatever it is you have going on. But whatever it is, trust yourself. Trust your highest self as it gives you the frequency. Of how to feel that frequency that you feel, that vibration. Trust that. Feel that. What does that feel like? Trust it. Your highest self is giving it to you now. This is what our new job feels like. Breathe it in. This is what our new love feels like. Breathe it in. Envision it. See it. Walk with it. Talk with it. This is what whatever it is like. Spend time being there. Having the time of your life. Because your highest self is not wanting to express some mediocre existence. Energy's going to a lot of trouble to do this. It wants the best and highest good. So breathe in all the blue light, all the high vibrational, unconditional love light. Feel it all around you, coming in from the blue sky, the white fluffy clouds. Feel all the white light with every color you need for your chakra system to be in alignment. Breathe it all in. Breathe in the sunshine, that yellow, that happiness, joy, and bliss that keeps us in frequency and motivates us and inspires us. The green grass. chakra energy that health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and longevity of life. Breathe it all in. Feel it. Everything, every energy there is, no matter what it may have intended, its polarity by the time it gets to you and you've dealt with it, yeah, that's my best and highest good. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's what my energy is going to take and do with it. It's going forward on my timeline. My best and highest good. I see it. I feel it. I'm living it. I'm there. No, I'm not dictating to anybody. I'm trusting the people I've attracted in because they're in flow with me. And we're creating, co-creating. We're expanding consciousness. And they're in sync with me. So, yeah, I've told them what I need. And they say, yeah, it'll fit that bill. So now, I'm excited every day because they know what I need. I know what they need. And we fit each other's bill and we're in flow. And it feels good. And so, I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to wake up next to them. I'm excited to go to that job. I'm excited to see that friend. It's going to feel good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. I'm excited to write that project with that friend. I'm excited for that phone call. I'm excited for that walk. I'm excited to go to sleep with my person every night. I'm excited to hear their voice. I'm excited to see my child. I'm excited to see. I'm excited. I believe. I know. I trust. I don't have to micromanage it. I'm not supposed to figure it all out and make sure it happens just that way. So I'm controlling my life and writing my story my way. I'm holding frequency. So everyone that has a role in my life, including this one, they're feeling the frequency. And they're like, oh yeah, that's what she needs. Oh yeah, that's who she is. Oh yeah, I recognize that. Oh, that's her. Oh yeah, that's her. Oh yeah, yeah. And the reason they're feeling all that is because you're doing the same with them, energy for energy. You're giving back just like you're getting. And so, oh yeah, that's them. That's them. Yeah. It's called flow. And it feels good. The way that it should. That's what we're here for. That's what all relationship, your jobs, your professional relationships, your friendships, your romantic relationships, everything is supposed to feel just like this. Love and above, mutual respect. When you look in a mirror and you're getting ready to do something, yep, I'd love that energy coming back at me. That's it. Let's do that. That feels good. That's what we go with. Breathe it in. Close your eyes. Feel your chakra system all coming to center, your two natures of energy, allowing it to happen, then acting on it. Feel all those coming in. Feel the white light coming down. See the light coming down over you. See your chakra system in place, fortifying it. That's it. We got it. It's locked in. Locked and loaded. Feel it? Just absorb all the light. One whole complete light being. Stable. No chaos, no fragmentation. Confident, sure. Feeling good. Putting your energetic bandwidth into what makes you feel good. You deciding where your energy goes. Pulling it out of where it does not. I feel good. I'm meant to feel good. Whatever energy comes my way. created, if need be, and used for our best and highest good. There comes the golden light of wisdom. There's yellow light of sunshine, joy, bliss, happiness. Everything is for my best and highest good. Everything is always working out for me. I feel it. I know it is so. I know it. I believe it. I feel it. I feel good. I feel. Therefore, I know it is so. Therefore, it is so. So it is. And so it is. As we feel ourselves start to